Let's jump to this Sunday night football slate. The Pats at the Denver Broncos in Mile High. Patriots are underdogs by 6.5. The total, another one of these low totals, 34.5. The Patriots have been one of the most unlucky teams. They're 28th in our luck rankings, so fifth unluckiest. And then the Broncos on the other end, they're fifth luckiest. So This is a pretty big gap here. Think the Patriots can keep it closer than maybe the spread is letting on, or?
Yeah, probably. I mean, in luck rankings, we trust, right? I mean, like, it's never fun to bet on the Patriots, but maybe that's why. I mean, they've had some really rough turnovers, pick sixes all year. So, yeah, it's one of those teams where, like, kind of Panthers last week. I didn't love it, but I went there. Haven't convinced myself on this yet, but what do you think? Do you think they'll keep it close?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't dug too deep into this one. I mean, my gut feel says probably. I mean, this Broncos team has been running really lucky in a variety of areas. Now it is, they did just get blown out last week, so it's not exactly, kind of buying low on them or selling high or anything. But the Patriots with Zappe have looked more functional on offense. I mean, Mac Jones was just in his own head for whatever reason. So I mean, 6.5 it's a lot of points for anybody. So yeah, I believe in Pats here as well. Who do you like in the captain spot?
I like Russell Wilson here just because there's not too many great options, honestly, for this slate to go in the captain slot. So I like the quarterback here. He's had modest passing production since the Week 9 bye, but he's really just been tapping his rushing upside a lot more this season. And, since their bye, the last 6 games, he's topped 30-plus rushing yards in 3 of those. And he has a rushing touchdown in 3 of the last 4 games. So we've been saying that if a quarterback can get a rushing touchdown, usually you're going to want them in the captain slot. So, he'd get a rushing score here, maybe throw a touchdown to somebody. And in that scenario, you'll probably want him in the captain slot. This is a game where, the total's got to be really low. I can't imagine too many touchdowns here. So this is a spot where, I like Wilson. He might tap in his rushing upside. And I like going with him in the captain slot.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets a rushing touchdown, because if it's a receiver touchdown, it's only going to Cortland Sutton anyway. So you can still put Sutton in your in your flex, have Wilson in the captain. If he gets like a rushing score, you're good. I like assuming Stevenson's out again. I'll go right back to Zeke Elliott. Stevenson has the ankle issue, so I don't know if we'll see him or not. It's early in the week, but it sounded like a multi-week injury. He's missed 2 so far. Well, really, he's just missed 1 so far. No, 2, right? He's missed 2 games. He missed the Thursday game. Yeah, he missed the Thursday game, and then he missed the Kansas City
because it was the short week.
Right.
It was really like almost 3 games. He got knocked out the first drive. Okay.
Yeah, but if he's out again, I like Zeke back here coming off the slow game. He still saw 16 touches and still played almost every snap. Unfortunately, he did get vultured by Kevin Harris, but still 87% snap rate against the Chiefs after a 91% snap rate against the Steelers. And he's caught, even last week, he caught 5 balls. So especially on a site like DK, even if he's having another inefficient rushing outing like he did last week against the Chiefs, he could still make hay just catching the football. 5 out of 6 targets caught last week, 7 out of 8 the week before. So like Zeke here against a Bronco defense that has slipped to 32nd dead last in DVOA against the run. It's always fun to see who ends up there because, the Broncos were there for a while because they gave up that huge game to the Dolphins, but then you had the Panthers were super bad and kind of challenging for that spot. And I think the Cardinals maybe were in that conversation.
Cardinals are right there. Yeah.
Yeah. But now Denver has reclaimed last place. So, this is a matchup to attack on the ground. If Stevenson plays, I would have some interest in him in that spot as well, just because I don't think they'd play him if he wasn't a good to go. But whoever's running the ball for the Patriots, give me them in the captain spot.
Yeah, and hopefully Trent Brown returns this week, right? He missed last week. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the line's a mess either way.
That's
Cole Strange
more
I think
reason.
was just so it's it's going to be ugly. But like you said, there's just not a lot of options on this one, especially if you're trying to go a little bit against the grain with some Patriots instead of the Broncos. So like Zeke or Ramondre if he goes. But what do you like for value?
I'm going to go Devontae Parker here. You know, he's coming off a solid 5-catch, 44-yard game. And this Pats wide receiver room has been a mess all season. I'm sure you share the same sentiment that whenever I get to the Patriots, I just hate projecting the receivers. It's something different every week. But, Demario Douglas and Devontae Parker, when they're healthy, they're going to be a top 2 wide receiver. Obviously, Parker has a wider range of outcomes because he's more of the downfield threat. But his production has ticked up ever since Bailey Zappi took over. And this happened last year, right? So Zappi had 3 starts last year. In 2 of those games, Parker topped 60 yards, which isn't a common thing for him. So I think that Parker might be a sneaky play whenever Zappi takes over from Mac Jones. So I'm going to keep it rolling here with Devontae Parker as like a good mid-range option.
Oh, yeah. I definitely bump up his target per route when Zappi's in the lineup. Like I have it bumped up compared to his
nice
season average because there is an increase in just per route target rate with Zappi compared to Jones.
Who gets the biggest downgrade with Zappi compared to Mac Jones? Like,
that's a good question. I don't know because no one's really. It's not like anyone stands out to begin with. It's just like Parker goes from like a 13% target rate to like an 18%. So it's like everyone's probably dropping like 1%.
Maybe just Jalen Reagor doesn't get any targets when Zappi's. I haven't looked into that. Maybe just everybody gets an upgrade when Zappi's under center.
Yeah, pretty much. If you've seen Mac Jones play at all this year, then yes, everyone.
Oh, I've seen him play plenty. Yeah.
Speaking of another guy that's gotten an upgrade with Zappi is Hunter Henry. With Zappi this year, 7.2 yards a target and a touchdown per target rate of 16%, compared to Mac Jones 6.7 yards a target and a 7% touchdown rate. So Henry's another guy I like in this mid range. Last 2 games, 5 catches, 53 yards and 1.5 touchdowns on average. And this Bronco D, 32nd against the run and 32nd against tight ends in DVOA. So like the matchup for Henry as well. Dark Throws, who you got?
Obviously, I'm going with Lucas Kroll here. He's been getting, surprisingly, some decent playing time recently. 50% routes run rate the past 3. Last week, he leapfrogged Adam Troutman with a 63% route participation rate. Only saw two targets, but hauled 1 in for 18 yards. He's just getting targets downfield. His ADOT is 17.5 yards this year, so he might only need 1-2 catches even to really, pay off here. We also need to monitor Greg Dulcich's status. I don't know what's going on with him. He was about to return, and then he hurt his foot. So I don't know what's up with him. But if he plays, I'm going to consider him. But if he's held out again, it looks like Lucas Kroll, of all people, is going to be leading the Broncos tight end room. So that's the state of the Broncos.
This is Greg Dulcich. Like, this is, for all intents and purposes, Greg Dulcich at this point. Like, Greg Dulcich, I think he was like designated to return, practiced, and like I don't even think Dulcich got through his first practice. I think he got hurt in his first practice back
with a different injury, right? It wasn't.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on with him? That's such a bummer. I don't even know who Lucas Kroll is. But like, I watch every preseason game. Before the draft, I'm looking at every tight end, and like I could not tell you where Lucas Kroll came from, what he did, what's going on there. So I'm just baffled who the hell this guy is. He's not a rookie, right?
Nah, I remember his name. I think he was on the Saints. Yeah, Sean Payton guy. It's not. He wasn't even a Sean Payton. Well, he was on the Saints last year. I don't know if
maybe that's where I do kind of vaguely. Yeah, just one of those streamlined, like take from the Lil Jonah Humphrey and those guys.
Yeah,
Marquez
he was
Callaway.
He went to like 3 different schools. Like he was on. I think he ended at Pitt. He was a Gator, and then he was at like some small school before that. So like he's been jumping around. Yeah, he's.
I keep waiting for the Broncos to bring back Tommy Lee Lewis. Remember him?
Oh yeah, different position. But you know who? This dude Dulcich reminds me of another Bronco tight end, Jake Butt. They just couldn't stay healthy. Like always.
Yeah.
Always like some hype around him, but just cannot stay healthy.
Well,
man.
Dulcich actually had a good season. I don't think Jake Butt
Nah,
played, and he retired in like his second. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I think Dulcich, knock on wood, next year he'll be healthy and they'll use him. But yeah, it just seems like I don't think he's gonna make it back on the field this year. Hopefully, we get surprised here, but not good.
Yeah. Speaking of Lil Jordan Humphrey, that's my dart throw. I mean, I don't exactly agree with it, but he's been kind of overtaken Marvin Mims as the number 3 receiver as of late. Last 4 games, his route participation 24% to 40% to 56% to 60% last game. At the 60, I think he also filled in some for Judy, who left the game momentarily. But either way, this guy's playing, 40 to 60% of the time these days. It's enough for a dart throw here. And, if Cortland Sutton doesn't get a touchdown, somebody has to. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. The Patriots are kind of known for making you go to your not your number 1 option. So if there's ever a week for some random dude like Lucas Kroll or little Jordan Humphrey to go off, it would be this one. So yeah.
Well, he scored last week, right?
Did he? I don't even. Did he?
I think there was like a. Yeah, he scored.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I think there was a lengthy review. Treby had over 4.5. I almost pulled the trigger. I was projecting his median at like 12 yards, and his line was like 4.5. And yeah, I was projecting for like 1.5. I think you were too. He's just been getting out of playing time, but he scored a touchdown too. So
yeah, 3 catches for 16 and a touchdown.
There you go. That's all you need.
That is all you need. But yeah, he's got at least 1 catch in each of the last 4 games. So at least gives you a shot here. All right. So that's gonna do it for this episode of the Night Shift for week 16. Now remember, we'll drop a special Christmas bonus episode breaking down all 3 of the Monday games, which are the Chiefs, Raiders, Giants, Eagles, and then the Monday night game should be a good one. Baltimore, San Francisco, could even be a Super Bowl preview. Who knows? So we'll break those down and be sure to check out the full list of luck rankings. Those are over at actionnetwork.com, as are all of our NFL fantasy and betting content. FantasyLabs.com for our DFS tools and models. Don't forget the Action Network Discord, link in the episode description. You can find Sean on X at @_oddsmaker. I'm at Chris Raybon, and we're at those same handles on the free award-winning Action Network app. Happy holidays. Until next time, let's get this money.